So here we are. It is a nice cold January morning and I'm stood in front of Gumball headquarters. Gumball House as it's called, and I'm going to take you inside and take a look around. So here we are, we're in Gumball HQ car park. It's kind of a car park but also doubles up as a basketball court. Friends come round, staff play, and lots of times this area is filled with amazing sort of supercars and people popping around all the time to call by and say hi. And so anyway, let's take a look inside. So here we are in the Gumball garage. It's our kind of like hangout, bar, DJ booth, cars on display, cool motorbikes, Michael Schumacher's exhaust, lots and lots of artwork all around Gumball headquarters. My passion, aside from the obvious one of cars, is kind of art, music, street culture, kind of showcasing what the Gumball brand is. Photos from the rally, mixed in with iconic music photos, bits of memorabilia, amazing amalgam car here that was a replica of the car from the rally just gone last year. And of course, we've got the sim and our Top Gear style sort of leaderboard. Currently it's saying it's the ring, the Nürburgring. I know it's got Sao Paulo's Autodrome on the screen right now, but I think Nürburgring is the challenge that everyone's on. Rodion at the top, followed by Lee, but it's pretty cool. People are on this sort of night and day, basically. And again, it's just, hopefully, I'm trying to kind of bring in a different kind of working environment than a regular corporate office. Hopefully you'll see it's not too bad. Futura artwork, Harley Davidson, one of my old Lotus cars, which is from my sort of collection that I've had for many years, but it's so small and low that it just fits in really nicely in here, and it's a pretty special car. It's a racing car from 1969, Type 47 Europa, based on the Europa road car that was released around that sort of time, but this is the sort of the race version of it. It's a bit wider, it's got a slightly faster engine, 150 brake horsepower, which sounds nothing, but it's actually so incredibly light. Its top speed, it maxes out at about 130, but to get to 130, it's very quick. And inside, as you can see, it's beautifully upholstered. The whole interior was done by Asprey's. It's got a few sort of cheeky little things in here. It's got a champagne cooler with two baccarat crystal glasses, champagne in there, hidden. It raced in two different colorways, one in this Golf Oil colorway and the other in the Lotus red, white and gold. But when we had it restored, I had to sort of pick one of those, and I sort of went for putting it back in its old historic Golf Oil livery. It fits in here really nicely, and it's a nice little visual when people walk into our headquarters and see this beautiful little car. So I love this one. A very famous BSA trials bike called a B40. Amazing, incredible DJs and musicians play here. We've got a little arcade, which has got Defender, and it's sadly missing the Outrun game, which broke just recently. I've got to replace it. Pinball machines, and you spot Deadmau5's head there that he wore to drive on the rally. And then I'll take you up the Hall of Fame, basically. We got several different offices in the building and showrooms, and this is our kind of Hall of Fame, as we call it, which showcases memorabilia from the event and people that have driven in the rally, from your likes of Lewis Hamilton to Dizzy Rascal. Memorabilia here from artwork from when Gumball went to North Korea. Pele's football shirt that he gave me a few years ago. Afrojack, Bun B, Idris Elba, James Bond, Roger Moore. I'm a huge Bond fan. This box of Weetabix here, where Gumball was on the cover with Lord of the Rings and The Simpsons, and we sold millions of packs of Top Trumps to Weetabix, which was pretty cool. Shoes we've designed and collaborated on: Puma Undefeated, Gumball Edition, Skyway Street Beat, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, Sid Vicious. I used to be massively into punk when I was growing up, and so there's lots of Clash and Sex Pistols and bass. So you got Sid Vicious here, picture of me here, Drogba from Chelsea, Gumball flag signed, second year's Gumball. I walk past this sort of every day when I'm here, and it's just sort of nice to occasionally catch a glimpse of some of the names and whatever. And again, thinking that this is now sort of 26 years ago. Sort of some of these names on here have never done the rally again, and I sort of bump into them occasionally, and others actually still do the rally now. So it's just a kind of nice sort of step back in time always to kind of look through the memorabilia and you know, obviously displaying it around this building allows me to kind of, people that are visiting the building and staff that work here to kind of be absorbed by the history of what we've done. This floor quickly, it's a bit noisy in here, but you can have a look. So this is a design office. As you can see, it's lots of laughing going on. But I'll take you around and introduce you, and so you can just have a quick peek in here. Pool table.
So what? You want to know who I am? You want my full name, my role, everything?
I want your NHS number.
Jeez, I don't even know that myself. I'm Roberto, part of the commercial team. Predominantly work on like commercial partnerships, so essentially all the partners that you see on your hoodie right now, we get new business or we retain the businesses that we have, and you see in the cars that we have on the rally, the banners in all the cities.
So I'm Dan, I'm the second third of the partnerships team. So right now we're planning for a trip. We're going to Mexico to bring on new partners for that section of our journey. All hands on deck and it's getting busy.
Where's number 3?
Number 3 is on holiday. His feet up in
He's in Milan at the moment.
Milan.
Yeah, I'm Julius, Foundation Manager. Yeah, working on a lot of different things ahead of the rally this year, including new partnerships and projects we have lined up. So some exciting stuff in the pipeline, but I won't reveal just yet what we have. On the back of our successful fundraising campaign last year, we have scope to really maximise the impact on this year's rally. So yeah, we want to make sure we've got some large-scale projects that leave a lasting positive impact on the places we visit on this year's rally.
I'm stressed.
How do you feel, George?
Are you stressed?
I'm not stressed.
I come to him for everything that I need him to do visually.
It's true.
We're getting there with it. It's tricky. New Orleans is very much a people parade city. Like they're very big on like Mardi Gras.
Trying to get them to understand this is what we want to do.
Roberto, you look so concentrated, but you're just on Spotify.
I take my job seriously.
So this is a site map of Bandera, which is the cowboy capital of the world. This is where we'll do one of our lunch checkpoints. This will be on Monday, a bird's eye view of 11th Street in Bandera. And we're essentially like trying to see how many cars we can fit in like a display. So this is one of 3 different options, and they start parking all the way around here and then overflow.
And again, film posters from different rallies mixed in with skate decks and so on. Pinball machine, I think this one's pretty cool one. We got Harlem Globetrotters, original still from Where the Wild Things Are, which is kind of the film, the book that inspired me as a kid. And then we continue up the Hall of Fame. So we got David Hasselhoff's jacket from Baywatch, which he's wearing here in Times Square on Gumball. My wife behind you on the wall, photo from 2011 rally. The 3-wheeler Morgan that won the Spirit of Gumball that year. Amazing shot here from Regent Street. One we had 800 Gumball flags flying down Regent Street and Oxford Street that year. So that was pretty incredible sort of scenes to see. What else can I show you? You've got Knight Rider steering wheel. That was a present from Hoff to me. We've got Michael Jordan's basketball. First batch of Air Jordan shoes ever produced. Front grille from Rolls Royce that crashed on the rally back in 2006.
How much is that car worth?
About $1 million.
About $1 million.
Yeah. Which kind of looks like a work of art now. More sneakers, jerseys, Carrie Hart, famous motocross riders, done Gumball. Sneakers I designed for Adidas. And Damakong Su's jersey, NFL player from when he played for Miami Dolphins. Big black shoes, if you remember Robin Big. Big sadly passed away, but he was a huge part of Gumball back in the early years. Drove in it in 2005 with Rob Dyrdek. Mark Gonzalez skateboard deck. The Gons is like a hero of mine in skateboarding. Sort of grew up sort of idolizing him and still do. Travis Pastrana, if those of you are into motorsport and bikes, then Travis is kind of legendary. Amazing Gymkhana series. Just put out a video just before Christmas, which is pretty amazing. So Travis drove in Gumball way back when he was a sort of a novice to motorsport, really. So it's nice to have a friendship that's kind of lasted sort of over 2 decades, really. Times Square, Dead Mouse, big part of Gumball, Tony Hawk deck, original deck from 1980s. Tony's driven on Gumball many, many times. And then another office, let's take you into this one. So this one's event production. It's a combination of sort of everything related to the rally, whereas other offices in here are more sort of design or the foundation or more creative or web or whatever, but this one is all where the nuts and bolts of actually the rally get produced behind the scenes.
We're the events team at Gumball, so it's myself, Hugo and Christina. We handle all events, not just on the rally, but throughout the year. And so, yeah, 80% of our time is made up dealing with the rally, which we kind of write everything visually on the board. So we have each day and each location split up throughout the week. And then we have all of our lunch checkpoints, our public events, so all of our kind of live, like big festival activations, and then the evenings, so all of our VIP dinners, parties, etc.
What's missing from the board?
Well, the start and the finish, I would say, are proving to be the most difficult right now. So all the middle stops, Amelia Island, New Orleans, Austin, Monterey and San Miguel are all coming along really nicely. But Miami and Mexico City are kind of the trouble spots at the moment. Mexico City, just because it's slow, it's World Cup opening week, so the resources there are limited and things just taking way longer than we would like. So yeah, one of the main things we're working on at the moment is our crew. Well, yeah, I can't show you this as the passport page, so maybe I can't do that.
The most boring document on this planet.
I love it. If that document wasn't there, everyone would just be like this. So explain it like all over America. Basically, we call it our crew Bible. So we have everything. We have all of our crew hotels where all the staff, crew, media, DJs are going to be staying for the week, a driving schedule, so anyone in cars, where they need to be, on what days. And then we have these two pages, which are the most important, so crew movements and crew roles. Media positions, that's all of our media crew, which is another, 20 guys? Their entire schedule for the week and what they're going to be shooting. We have a whole schedule for the DJs, where they're going to be, where they're going to be playing. So yeah, all of this is detailed on this huge spreadsheet. That is like the kind of backbone to the whole week to make sure it runs smoothly.
The Bible.
The Bible. It's the Bible, yeah.
We've also got, what is it, like 50 volunteers that come on the rally every single time to help us out?
That have done several rallies, but then we always try and have like new blood coming in every single year just to keep the energy up. So yeah, they all come together for this 1 week to help us out, and also they have a great time as well.
So they take holiday basically to come on the rally?
They all take annual leave to come and volunteer for the week, yes, because the rally's not like any other event, so they just need to have that knowledge and experience of knowing how it works and how things change last minute and how we operate as a company and as a team.
We've had people that have come on in the past and they've been fucking shit. So we have to be so careful with it.
Well, you've had crew that have come to parties and like rocked up at dinners and places that they're not supposed to be.
The worst ones that take photos with like the celebrities that we've got on.
My biggest pet peeve with all crews is I see them taking a selfie with. I hate it.
Not as much recently.
No, we've got a good team. I say the most part of that crew now have done like 7, 8, 9 rallies
for the rally so far. Anything you can tease right now of what's going to be at any of our events?
Probably New Orleans, because it's a little bit different to what we normally do, like a Mardi Gras style, like street festival-esque event, but it's going to be super fun and it's a little bit different. Yeah, as in we're 4 months away from the rally, only really got 2.5 left in the office. 2027 planning trip coming up in about 2-3 weeks time for the 2027 rally, which is about 2 weeks after that. We're going to be back in Miami and doing the whole route, driving the whole thing as like a final recce. And then only 2 months and we're at the rally. So yeah.
Where's Adele, what are you up to?
Currently doing a VAT return. It's not so exciting. A lot going on, so a lot of things to tie up at the moment. Decal and wrap partners, currently got 2 offers on the table from 2 brands that really want to work with us, so working on the commercial team to sort of tie up those details and get one of those signed off by the end of this week. Rental partner has been confirmed. Mexico moving slow at the moment, so we're not getting a lot of information back out of them. There's a lot of still pressing things. Probably the big ones right now is the shipping that's still outstanding that we're still trying to tie together. Is it my responsibility to get 120 cars in and out of the start and the finish of the rally?
You're blamed if it goes wrong.
I usually get blamed for a lot of things. So if a lot of things go wrong, it'll probably be a phone call to me. In terms of getting the cast to the start, I work pretty closely with the production team and even the client relations team to make sure that all comes together smoothly. Yeah, I mean, the shipping one's definitely pressing because what we know, first week of Feb, first cars are probably going on boats by the end of February, and then also all the cars getting home after as well.
Yeah, we're here to manage manage our clients, to manage the people that take part in the rally throughout the year, help them get ready, figure out all the little loose ends and make sure that depending on which part of the world they're coming from, that they've got the visas they need, that their car can get into the country okay, because that can be also quite a difficult thing as well as getting it into certain countries. There's some regulations you never know exist until you're there. We have Otis, who has joined the client relation team essentially to help us with the burden, because we have 240 people every year that participate, and while we have an amazing team with us here at Gumball that help us do that, we're typically their direct point of contact. So yeah, we need a few more bodies to help us with that. The last couple of hours, I've been on calls trying to figure out some events that we want to do in the months leading up to the rally. So we're going to be in different places at different times. We've got to head out to Texas, we've got to head out to Miami. We're looking at an event in Montana, which is an ice race event. We're looking at some cool alumni events as well in different parts of Europe, just to keep that contact point there with our guys.
Again, it's a nice environment, you know. Table football tournaments happen here, and I'll take you through to another room. This one is my office. Has slightly less kind of Gumball stuff in it. It's more kind of my art life, let's say. So in this building, there's probably like sort of 300 bits of artwork. Paintings, my dad's an artist, so lots of his paintings. Some other cool things in here. We've got the Spirit of Gumball trophy, silver Gumball machine made by Aspreys, the Warrant sort of silversmiths, Evel Knievel pinball machine. Obviously, Evel Knievel was a hero growing up. This wall for me is kind of like all family photos. So from great-great-grandfather to all my kids, to my wife. Bits of artwork that the kids have painted. Harrow Freestyler. If anyone is into BMX, then obviously this is pretty special, and doing a project with Bob at the moment with his Iconics brand. He's recently signed that one. Another Mark Gonzalez skateboard deck, a Gumball helmet that Ryan Dunn, who sadly passed away from Jackass. It's signed by Ryan CKY. Another gift from the Hoff. Tommy Lee from Motley Crue's drum. My friend Point Man, sculpture by Futura, who's another Gumball participant and friend of mine for many years, amazing artist from New York, and I've collected his work for about 20 years now. So there's lots of his around. My desk, my drinks cabinet, more Futura sculptures, another bronze that came all the way from Futura's show in Hong Kong. An amazing portrait over here of my wife by the artist called Johnny Yo, pretty special. What else? It's in my Gumball shelf, some pretty cool things. Travis Pastrana number plate off a motocross bike, pretty special little piece here, which again, I don't even know if the current generation has any clue who this is or what this kind of represented to kids of my generation. Maybe early 80s, he was sort of probably one of the most famous people in the world. Some cool stuff from a Gumball perspective. This is a prototype Adidas shoe that I designed, that I based it on a Adidas Gazelle, and just kind of gave it a bit of a automotive heel for better heel and toe and driving, basically, just have that curved back. It's really cool to be able to do a design project with Adidas, sort of obviously iconic brand that I've grown up being a fan of. Seeing the Gumball logo embossed into an Adidas shoe was pretty special back then, and still is now, as you can imagine. So why don't we now go and catch the Monday morning meeting. It's 11 a.m. every Monday, Gumball HQ, staff gather around and we kind of talk about the week ahead. And with this year's rally from Miami to Mexico coming up in 5 months, the pressure is mounting. So let's go.